Universal Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from our province of Biafra land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 11th day of February 2025. I'm back after a very brutal technical hiccup, but we must continue. Therefore, as I was saying, we are here in order to continue this liberation effort, this agitation for self-determination. We are not breaking any law, even the Nigerian law we are not breaking. That is why they are detaining our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thinking that they could break him, making sure in order to try to destroy IPOB, but they are wrong. And he told them pump and plain yesterday that we are agitating, fighting for Biafra. We are not doing something bad. We are doing something that is our legitimate right. Listen again, please, because that place on Atobum.
Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate.
It is our right to agitate.
They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
We must continue. It is our right to agitate. It is our right. You know, you must fight for your right. We as human beings, we have fundamental human rights. But due to ignorance, fear, and all what's not, many of us don't understand even our rights. That is why we must continue fighting for our rights until we get it. Everything in this world is fought for. Every good thing is fought for. I am telling you. Our leader was renditioned right from Kenya, which is a third country, not from his country of, nationality. He is chosen optional nationality of Britain, but he was renditioned, which is against the international law. And Nigeria being an entity that has no respect for the rule of law, even their own law, they continue that they will try him, despite that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated. He has been discharged and acquitted on the 13th day of October 2022. Nigerian government still hold him. They don't respect their own law. That is why, since that the IPOB said no, we should no longer continue this trial because it's a charade. Nigeria do not respect her own law. Now, understanding that they don't have any case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they changed the charges from treasonable felony down to terrorism. It's something incomprehensible. When you hold somebody, before you arrest somebody, normal police, before they arrest you, you must have committed a crime. The charges are there, the proofs are there. But the Nigerian caliphate is a country that they arrest you now, they start checking for charges. What did he do? Let's check. He did this, he did that. Let's check. Okay, when they go and charge you this and there is no way there, they change. Is that a government? Is that a country? The rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and even the Nigerian court discharged him and acquitted him. That he has no case to answer. Even the renditioning is against the law. Now they instigated insecurity in Biafra land by the Nigerian government. All these things in order to do what? To convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, as they saw that there is no way, because charging him for treasonable felony, he holds no water, because he's doing his right thing. It is his right. They changed the case to terrorism. What are you talking about terrorism? What is terrorism? That is why they quickly made sure, in order to affirm the terrorism, prescription of IPOB the other day, which Jimako is not helping matters. You know, all these things these are in a bid to make sure that they charge Mazi Nnamdi. Oh, you are leading a terrorist group, so you are under the Nigerian law. You are guilty. That is all they want. Can they define terrorism? Can they define terrorism? IPOB is not a terrorist organization. We are legitimately fighting in order for us to have we are fighting for us. Excuse me. Sorry, we are back. I say we are fighting. We are making sure to take our destiny to our own hands through self-determination, through voting, plebiscite. Are you hearing me? Plebiscite, referendum. That is what we, it's not about, we don't kill, who are we killing? We are asking for that thing that was conducted in 1962 or 1963 by the British, on that turned Atiku Abubakar into a Nigerian today. Atiku is not dead. Atiku Abubakar became a Nigerian through referendum, plebiscite, when Adamawa was in Cameroon, and they were given the opportunity in order to vote whether to become part of Nigeria or to remain Cameroonian. And the northern part of Cameroon voted, Adamawa to be precise, voted to be part of Nigeria, whereas the Ambazonians in the southern side voted to be part of Cameroon. Do you see that? Why is our own different? Why? Why must we continue being, positioned the way foreigners, Britain want us to be? We are positioned in Nigeria where the ceiling is our limit instead of sky. The sky is the limit of British people. The British population, the sky is their limit. But in our own land, we are not allowed to breathe fresh air. We are under control. We are under the control of the caliphate. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is today. Because he is asking, let my people go. Let us breathe. And what he did in the court, because he has to explain to the public what is happening. Binta Nyako removed herself. That is recusal. That she is no longer interested in being the judge presiding the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why must they force her to do so? Because Binta Nyako is biased. Is completely biased. They are holding a case against her husband and her son. Fraud case. Corruption case. So they are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case as how do you call it? Is it a yardstick? No. As a blackmail. For her husband's case to be removed, squashed, or continued. They told her, it depends on you how you play the game with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Convict him, and we will leave your husband and son. If you don't convince him, then your husband and son, they are going to jail. That is the dilemma she is. That it's not about justice, because there is no justice in Nigeria. Justice is given in Nigeria depending on who you are, the money, the amount you have, the connection you have, the ethnicity you belong to. That is how justice is meted out in Nigeria, and that is why Nigeria ranks the 148th out of 180 countries in latest corruption index by Transparency International. And for me, I think that Nigeria ranked 180. It should be the last of last. Are you hearing me? Because I've never seen a country more corrupt than Nigeria. I've never seen. Everything in Nigeria is corrupt. Everything. Everything in Nigeria is corrupt. Everything. So, what am I trying to say? According to today's news, Nigeria ranks 148th out of 180 countries in latest corruption index. Do you see a country? My goodness me. So, this is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu erupted. Because, people used to talk about justice, peace. And I say, confirming what this guy sang in this reggae musician, Peter Tosh. Without justice and equity, there will be no peace. Many people are talking about peace, but there will be no peace without justice. That is it. So even today, that is the same today. The CJN, Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kekere Ekun, is talking about, it decries corruption, bias in judiciary, demands urgent reform. Now, do you see how Nigerians are hypocritical? Nigerians are not meant to be humans. I'm telling you. Do you know that this woman that is rewarded to be the Chief Justice of Nigeria, of the Federation, this Yoruba woman, Kekere Ekun, do you remember she is the person that imposed the whole Pozodima on Imo people, on us? He was the person, the Supreme Court judge, that did the bidding, that upturned the justice. The most corrupt and wicked and evil of all is her. Today she is being rewarded. Are you hearing me? She is being rewarded as the Chief Justice of the Federation, whereas she took Hope Uzodinma from fourth, from fourth position to first position. Very, very absurd. So as I was saying, this woman that today is crying crocodile tears like every Nigerian, they know the problem, they are part of the problems, but they talk now as if Nigerian CJN Kekerekun decries corruption bias in judiciary, demands urgent reform. How are you going to reform what you have done? How are you going to reform when you impose not first, not second, not third, not fourth, but a fourth? 1, 2, 3, fourth person, fourth position in Imo State as the governor, and remove the rightful winner through Supreme Court judgment. You put him. You did the biddings of the caliphate, and today you are crying of corruption, whereas you are the mother, father, grandmother of corruption. People without shame. You know, I love what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. It doesn't matter anything, because it doesn't matter how you see it. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remember, he's a freedom fighter. He has nothing to lose. He has to expose Nigeria for what it is at any slightest opportunity, and that is why they even cut off light. They cut off, they switch off electricity when he was bent on exposing things. They cut off the electricity. That is a freedom fighter for you. You have nothing to lose. You don't need to be politically correct. You shouldn't be regulated, because he has given much time. They are playing with everything, and that is why he have to do it the way he did it. That we are right. We are right. It is our right to fight for Biafra. It is our right under the Nigerian law, under African Union law, under ECOWAS treaty, under African Union law treaty, under United Nations treaty. It is our right. Now, why is Nigeria persecuting us when it comes to Igbo man? Look at They said Nigerian military confirms 800 Boko Haram. Nigerian military confirms 800 ex-Boko Haram fighters undergoing rehabilitation. This is the umpteenth time they have been releasing Boko Haram fighters and commanders, all of them, paying them handsomely, and even absorbing them into the Nigerian military and police, sending them down to Biafra land. How do we see this? How do we think we can continue living like slaves in our own land? That is one thing that I want our people to always think about. You think that you are free because you can go to market and sell and come back. No, that is not freedom. That is not freedom. Freedom is when you can exercise your God-given talent, capability without limit. When you have the same right with any other person. When you have the same amenities built in your land like any other people. That is freedom. When you cannot be shot and killed extrajudicially. When everything is subjected under the rule of law of the country. That is when you talk about freedom, that you are free. That is why we are running away from our land, because we are not free. We are not free. And running away, we have seen, is not the solution. You can take it as a temporary solution, but it's not the permanent solution. It creates major problems later on. Nature abhors vacuum. They are trying to make sure that we leave our lands in drove, so that our land will be only occupied by weak people, and they can be able to take over. Are you hearing me? This is what we are fighting against. Nigerian military confirms 800 ex-Boko Haram fighters undergoing rehabilitation. How can you rehabilitate this type of people with a fanatical ideology, Islamic ideology. America tried it, it never worked. They released some of those fanatics from Guantanamo Bay. There are people they released, the real terrorists, not innocent ones they pick up from streets of around the whole world. No, real terrorists they release. There are some they took back to Saudi Arabia. They give there is this particular person, I've forgotten the name, from Guantanamo Bay. He pretended to have repented, and after many years from Guantanamo Bay, they took him back to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabian government gave him everything he wanted in life. House, if not mansion. Pay for him, give him money, any type of money he wants to marry, to do any type of investment he wants. You know, Saudi Arabia, they know how to shower money. They know how to shower you with money as a citizen to make you happy. They know that. They know that. Middle Eastern governments, they know that. They know how to do it. Do you know that this man, after some months, he sneaked away from his house, and where they saw him, I think he was in Iraq. Doing video that he was laughing, the Americans laughing, Saudi God, that he deceived them, that they thought that he can live his ideology as an Islamist. Is that what they thought? So if some people that are showered with money, pampered, trained by, believed to have been rehabilitated by real psychologists, psychiatrists, everything. Talk less of Boko Haram fighters that we are Almajiris. Do you know the reason why the Northern Caliphate, why they don't want their people to be educated, to go to mainstream school, or to learn any handwork in order to help themselves? Do you know why? To keep them in perpetual poverty, to brainwash them with religion so that they can be churning out Islamists. It's an agenda. It's the caliphate agenda right from time, so that they will be churning out army, groups of millions of people that have no brain of their own. You understand me? These are this Boko Haram you are seeing. These are the Fulani headsmen you are seeing. These are the ISWAP you are seeing. The few Fulani elites are the ones that are managing them, using them for their own private interests. Are you hearing me? They call them, they use Islamic teachings to control them. That is it. Today, they say they confirm 800 ex-Boko Haram fighters undergoing rehabilitation. Whereas somebody that his only crime is asking for self-determination. That no, why are you treating us like this? Don't you see how Igbo politicians that have risen to all those? I think that Benjamin Carlo that boasted that he is the sixth person. He is the sixth person in hierarchy in Nigeria. He was begging, Tinubu now, pity, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let it be a gift. Do you see? Everything Igbo politicians are doing is begging. Everything. I say everything. It's not by right. They are going for privileges and not right. Privileges, never right. In Nigeria, we Igbo Biafrans in general, we are given privileges. We don't have any rights. It's privilege. Anything there, Abaribe said it one time in an interview with Rudolph Okonkwo. He said some people, our people, we firmly thought that the war has ended. But in the mindset of these northern oligarchs, northern caliphate, that the war never ended. That anything they are doing as Nigeria for us, for Southeast, it is just like they are giving jara. You know the way you see a beggar, a professional beggar, the way you look inside your purse and you check whether you still have some cents, some coins. If there is any coin, maybe coins that have been in your pocket, maybe before it rust, that coin rusts in your pocket. You get it there. Where is that coin? Oh, just give, because a beggar, what you give to a beggar is just the arm, just for it's for nothing, something you don't need. So that is the way they are treating us. Look at Tinubu have signed dry port. Tinubu signed the dry port in Ondo. Is it Ondo and Oyo, or Ogun and Oyo? How many kilometers from Lagos? The same place. Whereas we have been shouting, crying, you know, why can't we have shop? I mean port. No way. Because for them the war have not ended. There is something, let me check. I will play this. This interview with Shore after from the court, when they couldn't allow him from the court. Let me play it a bit. Let me play it a bit from Shore. There is something he said.
There's no need to fight.
Just listen.
So it's understandable that you want to make money. It's understandable. But beyond that, there's nothing left. The case has been over before it was over. It's on now. Yeah.
That's good. Yes, sir. How do you react to what happened in the courts today?
First and foremost, I like to let Nigerians know, even though I came earlier today for even a personal concern matter, and I go to attend the DSS who are taking over this country to not allow me to premises. But I've just been briefed by the able lawyers representing Nnamdi Kanu that he totally and thoroughly exposed the Nigerian judiciary today, the underbelly of the judiciary. And
he totally exposed the underbelly of the Nigerian judiciary. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
We didn't need to get to this point. We had warned from the beginning when this trial started, this farcical trial, that you cannot try a case that is not triable in the court of law. People who are aspiring for freedom, which is recognized worldwide, is recognized by laws and treaties. It's even recognized, I think, by their 1999 constitution that every Nigerian have the right to associate with whoever they want.
What we are doing is even recognized by the Nigerian constitution. You know, but Nigeria being a banana republic, because they don't have no respect for the rule of law. That is why Nigeria is in shambles. Nigeria can never move forward. It's impossible. It's only in Nigeria that yesterday is better than today. Why? Because they don't care for the rule of law. Let me tell you what we are experiencing in Nigeria. Nigeria is in a situation whereby the Fulani Caliphate, their interest is to conquer first. You know, for them, they are fighting a war, jihadism. You know, when you are in a war, you are either fighting to survive or to conquer, to defeat, to win. So there is nothing like development in your program. For people to understand, this is exactly what is happening in Nigeria. The caliphate that is in charge of Nigeria are still fighting the war of conquest of every indigenous populations in Nigeria. The war started in 1804 by Ottoman Danfodio. They are still going on. That is why they don't care about development. It is not in their dictionary because they are busy fighting wars. But for the indigenous peoples in Nigeria, they are thinking that everything is okay, that they are in a normal country. You see that? For them, they don't care about progress. What matters to them is anyhow they can manipulate. Don't you see how, to Islamize, to Fulanize through Islamization, they pump money, on things that you don't see as reasonable. Just like as Nwifuru, the governor of Ebony State. He mapped out 500 million naira in order to send people to Mecca. What does it have to do with development? Tell me. Even in Igbo land, if somebody tell you this, that it will happen, maybe in 1960, you will never believe it. People in 1960, they tell them that, look, a time will come in part of Igbo land that the governor will map out to 500 million naira in order to send people to Mecca, Muslims. So it is an order from above, an instruction to him. Because as you see, governor of Ebony State today, Nwifuru, Eboshi himself, is the extension of Devo Mahi in Ebony State, for your information. So, once they are doing this in order to make sure that they appease the caliphate that put them in power. So it's simple. And the caliphate, for themselves, they are still in the war. They are still fighting the war of conquest of every indigenous population. But for you, as indigenous people, you think that you are free, you are in a country, normal country, you want progress, you want advancement. It can never happen until Nigeria is balkanized. The only solution is balkanization. That is it. That is why the Fulani, they are engaged in horrible corruption, nepotism, killings by the caliphate. The northern caliphate, they are churning out different terrorist groups. They are turning it out. Lokarawa is on the loose. ISWAP is there. Boko Haram is there. What do you call them? 7 different terrorist groups. And it doesn't shake Nigerians. All that matters to them, Nigerians is, oh, Biafra, that's a Biafra. Oh, you pay Biafra. We don't want to hear Biafra. You go, you are terrorists. Because of the media onslaughts, the way they condition the mindset of Nigerians to think. That is what is happening. For the Fulani, they are in a war. But for very ignorant indigenous population in Nigeria, they thought that they are in a normal country, that they want to progress. You can never, as long as the Fulani are there, being in charge, until they conquer everywhere, control everywhere, and Fulanize everybody through Islamization. Nothing. But they cannot do it in our land. They can never. I saw one news headline which I didn't store. The northern non-Muslims, maybe Christians, they said in the Northwest Development Commission, which they set out, that no Christian is representing them. I was laughing. How can you be represented? You think the caliphate, you think they are joking? That's why I call the indigenous peoples in Nigeria are the most stupid. The way they brainwash indigenous population in Nigeria in order to hate Igbos, it is absurd. I'm telling you. The solution to their problem, they brainwash them into hating them, to hate them. They demonize them, to hate them, to hate us. They will hate them. They are your problem. Whereas the main problem is the Fulani. Now they embrace the Fulani. I could remember during the presidential election campaign, a Fulani man was talking to Christian Northerners and said, "What do you have to lose on this Muslim ticket? Before you're a Christian, you are a Northerner first." Do you see how they deceive them? That is how they brainwash them. These are ignorant idiots. I say the indigenous people that are unfortunate to be inside that entity called Nigeria, the indigenous population are the most foolish. Remember, the Fulanis, they are not indigenous to Nigeria. No, the only time the Fulani rose up or had their foothold is as from the time of Ottoman Danfodio, when he brought the jihadist fight by turning Hausas against themselves. He caused confusion in Hausa land, and the Hausas fought themselves and gave victory. They killed themselves and gave victory to Ottoman Danfodio, the Fulani man, which is what they are suffering today. It's what they are still suffering till today. So, what am I trying to say? The indigenous people in Nigeria thought that Nigeria is okay. They are living in a peaceful country. That a country that is not fighting war. That they need progress. Whereas the Fulani that is in control, they know that they are in a war. For them, Nigeria is a battleground. Until they conquer everybody, there will never be thought of or thinking of progress or advancement. Put it in your skull. You thought or you are thinking that you are in a normal country. Nigeria is not a normal country, for your information. Let me continue listening to Showore, what he has to say.
Which is recognized worldwide, is recognized by laws and treaties.
Self-determination, agitation for freedom is recognized worldwide.
Even recognized, I think, by their 1999 constitution, that every Nigerian have the right to associate with whoever they want and express themselves freely. And these are cases that has become a bone in the neck of Nigeria, because Nigeria refused to purge itself of a war that was needless in 1967, and that ended in which they themselves declared that there were no victors, no vanquished.
Nigeria, listen again, please, listen.
67, and that ended has become a bone in the neck of Nigeria, because Nigeria refused to purge itself of a war that was...
Nigeria refused to purge herself of a war that was unjustly imposed on us, Biafrans. That's it. That is what is happening. Since that time, we thought that the war have ended, but for the caliphate, for the Fulani, the war never ended. They are still fighting that war. Only the indigenous people are ignorant. That is why they are distributed everywhere in the bush, in the southwest, in our land. But that is why we have ESN that is confronting them. Are you hearing me? Every place in the north, they have taken over. In the north, they have pursued many indigenous population in the north are living in refugee camps. They have taken over their lands. They are not telling Nigerians the reality of what is happening. The caliphate is on the move. That is what I want to tell you this evening. That the caliphate is on the move. They are still fighting. Nigeria is a platform for jihadism. For your information. Every other part of West Africa, it is gone. The caliphate, the Fulani have no hold. They have no hold on any place in West Africa, only in Nigeria. And that is why you see the Sahelian countries of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, that are trying to liberate themselves. They are telling the Fulani terrorists to their only guarantee of life is going to Nigeria, and they are flooding Nigeria. Our people, many indigenous people, including our people, they don't know that Agwan on Africa. We here on Radio Biafra, IPOB, continue creating the awareness. Agwa Kwaramono Agwa. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it on 2015. He told the World Igbo Congress that they are coming. They are coming. Today, they are everywhere. Even the Yoruba former Amoteku commander, which I played his clip, he said it. He said they are everywhere in Yoruba forest. They are everywhere in the Yoruba forest. It's not mincing words about it. He is saying it first class information. Listen, let me play it again. Listen.
You, until recently, was the chair.
He is being interviewed by one journalist, Edmondo Bilo.
Your state, right?
Yeah, for some time.
For some time. Mm-hmm. So what can you say about security around Oyo State and Amotekun?
Until I left, the security was still not okay. There is the influx of these Fulani herdsmen.
There is the influx of Fulani herdsmen. Where are they coming from? Do you think that these are people that have no land anywhere? They are not indigenous in our land. They are not indigenous in anywhere in Nigeria. They are coming from everywhere in Africa because they are not safe in Niger Republic. They are not safe in Mali, not in Burkina Faso, even in Sudan. So they are. Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi State, told the Nigerians that they are using Nigerian money, Nigerian fund, in order to gather Fulani from everywhere in Africa into Nigeria to resettle them in Nigeria. Nigerians believe, I thought that things are okay. For you, things are okay, but for the caliphate, Nigeria is their war front for conquest. It's still ongoing. That is why this man, he gave a first-hand information. As his name is Brigadier General Kunle Togun. He is retired. He said it that there is influx of Fulani hitmen. Why are there influx? Because they are in a jihad, because they are fighting a war. That is why we are doing what we are doing. That is what we have seen, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw and created awareness. But our Igbo politicians, our Biafran politicians, they don't care because they are able, they are capable of sending their families abroad. Do you see that this is high treason? They don't confront the reality that is facing us. Instead, they are whitewashing things just for them to be in the political position they are. But here on Radio Biafra, we must continue making the exposition. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exploded yesterday. I want the world to understand what is happening in Nigeria. Even Nigerians don't know what is happening in Nigeria. That corruption is the order of the day. You see that? Continue listening.
And I was shouting.
He was shouting.
I was shouting. I gave a lecture somewhere. And I quoted Abasha. He said, if you are fighting security and it lasts more than 4 weeks, the government is behind it.
Of course.
So, explain.
Good. The federal government was behind the influx of Fulani harassment.
It is not an accusation. This is facts. It's factual. I used to play the voice of Bala Mohammed. It's on YouTube. It's there 247. he said it openly that it is their policy to resettle the Fulanis from everywhere in Africa. They bring them to Nigeria, down to Nigeria. Where are they bringing them to? To your land. Where are they bringing them to? For them to continue the war, the jihadism started by Ottoman Dan Fodio. That is why they are everywhere. When you look, I watched the other day on social media. I think in Edo, in Esan, some vigilante there in Esan, they caught some Fulani inside car, heading down, hiding automatic rifles. They caught the rifles. They were shouting. I said, look, as you caught one, thousands have passed through. The worst part of it is that the indigenous population, they are programmed to hate Igbo. They are programmed to continue hating Igbo, that Igbo is the problem in Nigeria. It beats my understanding how this thing can take. This makes me to believe, to understand that a human being can recreate a human being. I am telling you, human being, you can be recreated to start thinking in another way. You can be recreated through many factors. The media, everywhere, what you hear, what you watch, what you listen to, they channel you to start behaving in a particular manner which they want you to behave. I believe it 100%. That is what is happening to Nigerians. They manipulate everybody to hate Igbo. And Britain smartly, they understand, they know that, look, the Igbos are the only people that can raise up revolution, that can save the whole indigenous population. Now they isolated the Igbos and turned everybody against them through their media, through their propaganda, through money, how they spend money, through financing. As they are financing Asari Dokubo, they are using him in order to kill Igbos, to kill his own people. That is how it is. You see, just as they were using USAID, which has now been suspended, if not cancelled, by Donald Trump. But make no mistake about it, he didn't cancel it because of any of. He can cancel and open other avenues with which they are doing, because he said there is corruption. According to reports, they say only 30% of that USAID reaches to the desired destination. 70% enters the pockets of now the deep state, those the few. American bureaucracy is filled in with corruption. That is it. Is truth. Is reality. You understand? So, what am I trying to say? While people are being programmed to hate the Igbos, the Fulani, they are having their heyday. Today it has now become a common, it's no more news. It has become a custom, a tradition. When you are being killed by Fulani, Fulani is killing us. Where did they attack? They attack us. We can no longer go to farm. We can no longer go. It's normal thing. How has these people, the indigenous people in Nigeria, how have they been brainwashed and recreated to become zombie they are thinking? When I'm talking of indigenous people, I also include some Igbo people. It is only IPOB and students of Radio Biafra that understands what is going on. I am telling you, our people are still, or most of our people are still in that analog era. You are still buying and selling, mercantile mentality. This trading is something that helped us come out of a very dire situation after the war. And our people told you there, without knowing that you have to innovate, that you have to come out from trading down to production, production. Just like Emerson. Emerson was, I think, an importer of either motorcycle or motor parts. He was a trader, ordinary trader. But he upgraded and entered into production. And today, do you see? If you bring people that they were neighbors in all those time, many years back when he was just ordinary trader, by now, if you compare them, or if those people, all those his neighbors, they are still trading, importing containers and that, you will see that Emerson have passed them by 1,000%. That is how the world is. You graduate, you move out from, you don't need to stay in that same place. As long as you see, you need to graduate and innovate and move on, move higher. That is what our people should understand, that trading, buying and selling, it is not a lifelong, a generational, people should not know how they are buyers and sellers. No, we have come out, we should be productive, productive manufacturers. No more traders. Because trading helped us at that time. It's just like moving out from analog to digital, whereas many of our people are still stuck in that analog. Importation from China. You are now in a Barandi China boy. I in a Barandi Turkey boy. I in a Barandi America boy. Buying and selling. Why not enter into manufacturing? It is another stage. That is it. It doesn't matter how later you start it. That is how China become great today. By manufacturing. Each family, they enter, even before you know it, productivity, manufacturing increases. It multiplies. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So, before I digress, let me continue playing what I'm playing.
To the southern part. When you say Fulani herdsmen, men with cow,
they call them Fulani herdsmen. Some of them don't even have cows, but they were coming fully armed. AK-47.
Fully armed. This is a person telling you from experience what he saw. Fully armed to the south. It solidifies my point that the Fulani see Nigeria, or is seen Nigeria as a battleground. Whereas you want progress, you want advancement, you were why is Nigeria not moving forward? The people, the caliphate in charge, they are not seeing what you are seeing. They don't have the same mentality with you. What matters to them first is how they can conquer and control everybody. Colonize everybody through Islamization. Even if it takes them 1,000 years, they are ready to linger. But for you want to progress. You are comparing Nigeria to China. It's impossible. That is why you become frustrated and you run away. You jackpot. For the Fulanis, you are jackpotting, the Fulanis are entering. They are taking positions because they are in a battleground. Just imagine the same way in battlefronts where there are wars, soldiers are moving in. It doesn't matter, people are dying. You cannot tell me maybe in a Donbas region of Ukraine today, where their wars are going on, Russian soldiers are flooding in, Ukrainian soldiers are coming from their side, they are moving in. That is, the battleground is Donbas there. That is the same thing, exactly the same thing like Nigeria. The Fulanis are coming. Whereas you are in the battleground thinking that you will progress. That is what we have seen. IPOB have seen this, and now we are campaigning, we are agitating to move out from that place so that we will be free. Are you hearing it? That is it. You need progress. You cannot see progress in Nigeria. Your solution is Jakba. Nah, any slightest, I want to Jakba, you go. That is what the Fulani is part of their policy, is what they like, is what they want. Run away. You people run away. As we are running away, they are bringing their people from everywhere so that they will take over. That is why we are engaged in self-determination, because it is our right. It is our inalienable right to agitate. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So let me continue.
You said Buhari government was involved.
Wait. That time, everybody was complaining. That time, federal government announced that everybody should submit their weapons to the police. Now, people are complaining that time. I'm saying this thing. There was a meeting in Kano. They said they are Fulani National Movement. In their communique that time, this is about 5-6 years ago, that Allah has given them the land of Nigeria.
Of course.
As inheritance.
Of course, many of us they had it.
And that they have told all Fulani West African Subdivision and Central Africa to start coming to Nigeria, to come and take over what Allah has given them as inheritance.
Of course. That is why you can never see Nigeria progress, because it's a war front for the Fulani. You that are an indigenous person, you think that Nigeria is an ordinary country, normal country that should progress. Why are we not progressing? Why is the Naira fluctuating? Why is the Naira going down? Why is the things like this? You complain. The Fulani, their policy, they are still in a war. Nigeria is a war front. I say highest in see Jakpa, everybody Jakpa. Have you seen a Nigerian Fulani talking of running away to England? Tell me, just tell me. Tell me now. Just watch yourself. Have you ever seen a Fulani person in Nigeria telling you now it's no good, they want to run away? No. Instead, you see the indigenous people. They are happy for everybody run away so that they are taking over. As we are running, they are bringing their people. Bala Mohammed have said it on national television. He didn't stir up any debate, any national debate. Nigerian indigenous population, as zombies as they are, they continue moving around in their normal businesses. Nothing moves them. Nothing worries them. According to Chibika Amechi, he said Nigerians said nothing moves them. Should bring a Nigerian, should carry his wife in his presence, shoot his wife and children. He will cry there. Tomorrow he move about his business. Nothing moves you. Nothing moves them. IPOB have been shouting and crying and shouting and warning everything, and as he's supporting as if you're pouring water on stone. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to explode, because he has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. We are freedom fighters. You need to understand that the predicament the indigenous people are in, but the worst part of it is that they are programmed, brainwashed into hating Igbos. People that are leading for the emancipation of the indigenous people in Nigeria. They program them to hate them. They program the indigenous people, other indigenous people, to hate the Igbos. Don't you see that it's highly absurd? But it's the fact. It's the reality facing us. Now, let me go back. Let me leave this one. Let me go back to Showore's interview, please. Please continue listening.
1999 Constitution that every Nigerian have the right to associate with whomever they want and express themselves freely. And these are cases that has become a bone in the neck of Nigeria, because Nigeria refused to purge itself of a war that was needless in 1967, and that ended in which they themselves declared that there were no victors, no vanquished, or no victor, no vanquished. But the victors continue to vanquish their victims.
The victors continue to vanquish their victims. That is the right sentence. They declare that war to end. Is no victor, no vanquish. And we stupidly believed, accepted it. We acted like believers, honestly. We acted gullible. I don't blame our fathers that they fought heroically, but in another way, the way that war ended, without anything going on since that time, without no crackheads coming out and causing different confusions everywhere. Continue the fight. Guerrilla warfare is really absurd. You never see this thing. I have been searching. Nowhere in the world this type of thing has ever happened, where they fought a brutal war like this, war of independence, war of balkanization, call it war of secession, and after they deceive everybody, say, oh yeah, we are come back, we are one Nigeria, and we foolishly accepted with all our mind, without no plan B. Our people to garnish it all. Our people run back to the north, to southwest, and start building, start living the type of life our people lived before the pogrom. They start building everywhere. Say, oh, I begun now we are one Nigeria, this and that. They didn't, they didn't learn from issues. Even the Asaba massacre, people that came out after Nigeria invaded Asaba, after Biafra lost Asaba, the community, they come out to embrace Nigeria, say, hey, we are now one Nigeria. Nigeria came out and told them, okay, we gather all your men. No, we are no problem. Deceive them. Our people are easily deceived. If you are in the bush, tell your men, any person that run away, come out. We need to talk to you. We are all now one Nigeria. All of them foolishly gathered, and they separated the women from the men and opened fire. The atrocities, the genocide, the massacre they committed, it didn't teach our people lesson. After the war, everybody ran away. Most people, they didn't go to Kano with their sense. They went back to Kano, Kaduna, Lagos with the same mindset, that pre-1966 mindset of everything is okay now. Sometimes I ask, how is our people going to be redeemed? Are we created to be irredeemable? It is a question I used to ask sometimes. So the winner continued vanquishing us today. That is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. Because I didn't mean that honestly the war ended and everybody became treated as equal. There will be development in every corner in Nigeria, including our side. Just build, our own is just give us just the normal basic infrastructure, and we move forward immediately by ourselves. But Nigeria refused. Instead, they came to stifle us, they strangulate us. Are you hearing me? Through checkpoints. And do you know what they do? What they do now, all these police and military checkpoints. Every community where you see checkpoints in the roads, the police or the military, they will take one person from the community to be collecting money for them. And I don't know whether people understand this. In all these boys, money boys that are collecting money, they make sure they collect it from the village. I don't know whether they used to give some returns to the community. These are things that we need to investigate. But all these boys, they make sure that the boys come from the community where they are standing. Are you hearing me? These are, use Igbo, fight Igbo. That is the thing. So that when we are talking about crying against checkpoints, you see that checkpoints also, some people from those different communities are gaining. So if you are talking one thing, they are going to fight it behind secretly. That is it. So you see, our people should be mindful of our collective interest, not that thing you are going to gain as yourself as one individual. Are you hearing me? That is why I hate any religion that is your personal encounter. I hate that statement with reckless abandon. Why must you? Why will you always, interpret things according to your personal encounter, according to your personal how it worked for you? Does it mean that what for you as an individual is good? Is it a standard? No. Today, some people you are seeing today, the money, the initial capital they use in building their businesses is from armed robbery. For your information, does it make armed robbery as a good thing? The answer is no. Today, some people you are seeing that are doing well, the capital they made, the capital, what helped them provide capital is illicit business. Now they use that capital and now established from illegitimacy, illegality to legality. Now, are you going to tell me that that illicit business that they did that worked for them, their personal experience, is it something good? Are you going to launder it that because I use this illicit business in order to make money, so that I invest now, even today I'm doing well, even I'm building this and that, I'm employing people? Are you going to tell me that personally, that thing you did that worked for you, you were lucky, just coincidence, you are not caught? Others are suffering in jail, some are even in the grave because of the same thing you did that they did. They did it, but they couldn't, they were caught. So are you going to tell me because of your personal interest, your personal encounter with that thing, because that thing favored you as an individual, now it is good? So it is not a standard of measurement. That is the point. Are you hearing me? So we should understand the difference between our private interest and the collective interest. Collective interest can go against some people's private or personal interests. Are you hearing me? It can step on the toes of some people, because when just like as Soludo is trying to fight this criminality in his own way, you see, it is being revealed. Some people you call DBI this, and they don't know that they are kidnappers, that they are aiding and abetting kidnapping, directly and indirectly. Do you see that? But at the open, people will come, or even they will come and follow cry, shout, say, "Now, wow, this and that." But you don't know that they are getting. So it is about personal interest. But when you start fighting for our collective interest, now that collective interest will step on the toes of some few people. Do you hear me? That is it. So let's continue listening, please. So show what.
So I'm here to say once again that if there's anybody who has sense in the government, today is the final day to sit down and release Nnamdi Kanu and stop wasting Nigeria's resources on a trial that you know cannot go anywhere. This trial has gone through all the course of the land.
The best thing is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and stop wasting Nigeria resources. Do you know? Anytime they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court, it's 500 million naira. DSS, they take 500 million naira from Nigerian government. You know that? For security, for everything. That is a means of, stealing and looting. In a country that is not like any other country on earth. That is how it is. Everybody is looting in different ways. So anytime they brought, like yesterday they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the court, it's 500. They give bill, the bill to give a DSS 500 million naira. And who is taking it? The chiefs, the hierarchy. They take their money and they claim it, and you see them. That is it. So it is the right time for Nigerian government to understand that, look, they are beating about the bush. They cannot win anything. That is why they are moving from pillar to pole. Today they will charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of treasonable felony. Now today is tomorrow it is terrorism. You don't understand, because they want to continue prolonging this to infinity. They want to continue holding him. You know, as I told you, as we have been saying here, the main reason for holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because all these things they are doing is shenanigans, that they want IPOB to be destroyed. That is it. They want to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that IPOB could be destroyed. But little did they know that IPOB is indestructible. It is unshakable. So the earlier they understand this, the better.
So maybe I think it went to a magistrate court at the point when they first started this charade.
Yes. So what is the implication of this?
The court cannot adjourn a case in which it has no jurisdiction. The judge has already made an order, a consequential order, that she has recused herself from this trial the last time. So you cannot not assume jurisdiction over a case from which you have disqualified yourself. That is a very simple legal matter. So, and she also cannot be a judge in her own case or court. She has been indicted by Nnamdi Kanu and the lawyers that she's not fit to be a judge in this case. So, adjourning the case is irrelevant. But I guess maybe she adjourned the case indefinitely to allow reason or oxygen to bring it to the brain of the people who are running Nigeria. Hopefully, they will, within that period of time, resolve this matter. I won't even say in the interest of justice, it's in their own interest. Yes. So, because the Supreme Court and other courts have resolved the matter in the interest of what is limited justice in Nigeria. Yes.
That is it. They should resolve this matter not even to the interest of justice, because there is no justice in Nigeria. There is no justice in Nigeria. All these things they are doing is just window display, wasting time, so that their main aim is to destroy IPOB, cause confusions everywhere. Do you see the violence that both the propaganda and violence they unleash in our land, and they recruited their agents that is claiming everything that happened. Today they have no order, is no more there. So that is why anything they target to IPOB, but their ass is being opened. You see that? Today they are seeing criminality in our land. Criminals, and the people are using IPOB. For let me tell you this: any person, if you receive any call that somebody wanted to hire us to kill you, but we see you as a good man, so you have to send us money so that we are ESN. They hired us to kill you. We are ESN. Send us money so that we don't want to carry out the job. These are 419ers. These are scammers. Some people, they will call you. We are ESN, or they kidnap a sibling and call you. We are ESN. We are holding your brother or your sister. You have to send money. We are ESN. These are impostors. Our people should understand this. It's very primary scamming. They are being given the contract to soil ESN name. Please, if you receive call, maybe your siblings or one of your siblings are kidnapped, and you receive call that they are ESN, they are not. ESN, we don't kidnap our people. Never. We don't kidnap. We don't do kidnapping. ESN is there only to confront the Fulani terrorists that are making life unbearable for our people, that are preventing our people from going to farm. That is only. Nothing more. We cannot be kidnapping or killing the people that we are protecting. Any person that is telling you this is a mischievous individual. He is a mischievous person that is telling you that it is ESN that is doing. No, it is life from the pit of hell. And there is some other thing also. Our people should be reasonable. Criminals will kidnap somebody, kidnap their siblings, yes. Or armed robbers will take their car. They will start calling ESN. In the IPOB, ESN no biko. Anara one moto, buru moto, buru biko. Can ESN, you people come and help us? The onyena agwaga here, Joya is a person that maybe is talking against IPOB. He don't contribute anything for IPOB. He don't lend any contribution. Even his siblings abroad that are fidgeting, they don't contribute nothing. But they don't contribute. They say, you people now, I beg, help us now. I beg, okay. They have collected these people. They kidnapped my brother. Even they collected 3 million naira. We have sent them 3 million naira. Please, can you help us? They still never release my brother. Can you help us, ESN? Imagine, 3 million naira now. You are not contributing. You are not doing anything to support what we are doing. Now, which was the car? For your information. And they are on the buy the wine. And this is one of the reasons we are suffering. I am saying direct. Support what we are doing. Support ESN, you will not. Anytime they kidnap your brother, start looking for inboxing. Number beacon, that inquiry line. Hey, number Mazi Chinasa. Mazi Jonathan, please. Biko, lay him oh, 1 name kg. How even any number 5 million? How are we? Only ne queen here. Maybe a bono is not a member. Are you a member of IPO? Then I have to go to that one. I am a Biafran. Imam na no him ne kuna support Kwadmana in our support in which way? Nothing. I now why. Are you hearing me? We need to be reasonable. Yeah, no, Nalibo normally our Igbo tradition onyebu achara onyebu. We are passing a difficult period in Nigeria. We thought that we are in a country, but for the Fulani, they are in a battleground. Nigeria is a battleground where they need to conquer everybody. But for us, for many of our people, we thought that, we are in a country. No, it is a war situation, a war ground. Nigeria is a war ground by the Fulani. That is why you are running us, we are running out. They are happy that we are being defeated. Run away. Go to America, run away to Australia, run to Jackpot to Spain. They are happy. How many Fulani are jackpotting from Nigeria? None. Instead, they are flooding in. Don't you know that it is an agenda? Don't you ask yourself? They tell any Fulani that want to run out, they will tell no, don't go anywhere. Do you think that they don't have money to travel? Do you think that you have money more than them? You are lying. You are lying to yourself. They have money, but they tell them stay there. Do carry cows. He say for them is the sacrifice they need to make in order to occupy the land. They are fighting for their future generations to be in control. The same way Ottoman Don Fodio did, followed by his son. Is it Abubakar Fodio? So they are fighting for their future generation. But you are here only nothing. Let us. You are seeing it as for your own comfort only. You don't care. Yes, for a mansion, we are in the village where you cannot even, maybe for many years you cannot even sleep there one night. You lot go to get happy a mansion, go another place, go here because of fear, because of what is happening. For how long can we continue like this? This is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying he will be fighting he will be leading from the forefront, and that is what he's doing. So it is high time we continue in this, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is leading from the front, and we are in this place. We are IPOB worldwide. We are like locusts. We should support what we are doing. Our people should support what ESN, what IPOB is doing. Support what we are doing. Because we cannot be doing what we are doing with ordinary hand. I can't get it. What have you contributed? What are you contributing? That is it. Freedom fighting is not easy. It takes resources. You need to invest resources. You need to invest life. Life has been invested. Resources have been invested. Time has been invested. Everything should be invested for this freedom, because freedom is, is invaluable. You can never compare freedom to anything. Freedom is the ultimate. Once we are free, we are in charge of our own destiny. Now the sky becomes our limit instead of the ceiling that is placed on us by the Nigeria. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling in before we close. Please do not go away. I will be right back. Do not go away.
Until recently was the chair of Amotekun in Oyo State, right?
Yeah, for some time.
For some time. Mm-hmm. So what can you say about security around Oyo State and Amotekun?
Until I left, the security was still not okay. There's the influx of these Fulani herdsmen, and I was shouting.
I refused him. He was conscious official. I asked him to release himself. Why did the chief judge insist I was right? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this, then you need to go and
no, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have released yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are conscious official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. A woman over here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, to honor me. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased if you don't be in my case. And what else you do the right thing? A chairman of one of the responsibilities of his own propriety. Nowhere in the world is such nonsense done. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're proceeding a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is a record of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must leave my case. You cannot write me. This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal, and he's a senior advocate for goodness sake. There is an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this a woman, you go and appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you are behaving like a child. Go and appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM surface, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you say you have to want to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go and appeal. His Lordship Peter, you will not try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
So that I said, the issue of the past that the defendant has indicated that we will not make a formal application. I applied that the Lordship was extremely day for hearing.
You are not where this is. You are not where I'm telling you. This is what I'm talking. This is an order of God. An order of God says, Justice Peter Yako is recused. An order of God. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his Lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your Lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? There's an order of give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. And he doesn't have it. It's an order of court. It's an order of court.
I don't have your permission to address you. But let me tell the defendants that in every land there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
Tell him lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the judge.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing. If the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? And as you see now because of Nigeria, it's that law. It's the memo from Chief Judge. Is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Peter Yako, stand recused in my case. Cannot tell me, why don't you get it? Give me your definite get for trial so you can do your matters you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chicago because it seems she doesn't know the law. So I will tell you. That is why I do what I do. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
Sorry, sir.
Because these people, they are fools. They think they can mess around with people who are not educated. I am an educated man. I can't show them the petition for the simple reason that if you show it,
what the judge said was that the case file was
it's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from the province of Biafra Land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 11th day of February 2025. That's Abobochuri being Tuesday. Our lines are now opened. Our lines are now opened. Our WhatsApp and Signal line remains +61 405 142 547. I don't know, some people say I used to be very fast. Let me call it again, please. Wete big again. Plus 61 405 142 547. Let me repeat again for the last time. Plus 61 405 142 547. Okay, now I'm joined by Mazi, foreign, in order to give us, with our brother, our reporter, to give us the report of what is happening in his location in Biafra land. Mazi, can you hear me, please? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi Jonathan Kanu from here. Thank you for what you're doing for your motherland. We continue to appreciate you. Yeah, Mazi, I know a lot of people will love to be calling this night. I wouldn't want to take more time. Every other portal did obstruct. But last week, Thursday, I wrote an article about the Fulani trying to dish attack on Imo State. And I said it again on another platform that attack is imminent in Imo State and the Southeast, because they have a target in Imo State. This evening, what is coming here is that in Imo State, it is in Owerri. Fulanis are placing posters because they are going to attack them, and the people have been calling from there. So I brought our brother from Imo State to tell us exactly what they know about this report, because we want to make it authentic, and at the same time continue to inform our people to prepare themselves. Every community, every town, every village, every kindred. Makandi was azotala zojo oka abrekre ayi kulen off. Mandiana wahanana. Mazi they were from Alibo. Are you hearing me from where?
Yes, I'm Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Let us hear. Yeah, Kaimena Medi or briefly, so that our people will come and make their own contributions. And there were.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time. We are getting there. I need on the Mary Wonkani because I want emergency now all over the world, especially those in Imo State. So now we'll because we know that the intel, even the government, the police and the army, everybody know about this, what is happening right now. So they must be conning. When you will I got to with him there until I got to Halimolo. So right now the emergency is that in order these people not so along the line they have problem within themselves. So along the line they be able to fight with ethnic to ethnic within themselves, they Fulanis. So it's not that I know that a lot of people are from Niger, a lot of people are from Sokoto, a lot of people are from Meduguri. So it happened that one of them killed the other ethnic brother. So along the line, the other people now come and kill another person from the other ethnic group. So they now target on that the villagers are the one that kill. While they were there when their brothers are fighting. So this is the avenue and this is the tactics that they want to use to attack the people at Orada. So right now, we have called the village community, the vigilante. We have given them notice. Even the chairman of the Nietiara, we've been able to find his number and call him. Say, if anything happen in Imo State, they are going to find it difficult in this Imo State. Their head will roll like 10,000s of times. If they, he said, what happened? I said, you know what is happening and you know what is going on. We have warned you people and we have warned you people now again. If anything like this poster that they are pasting at Orada, exist or whether not, they are posting that, they are posting that poster, telling people that they as soon as they kill their brother that they are going to come for a personal attack. So we are saying no problem, they should come. Let's see who owns the land. So that's the situation now. So we are using this medium to tell people, especially those houses, to be vigilant. Not more as if when something happens, so, but we are going to put measure to make sure that our people and our place is safe. Mazi, that's the emergency for now.
Mazi, because I want to do, let us correct one thing. Is that to irete or orata? Because what I saw here is irete. Is that irete or orata?
Irete is inside that area. Orata is the boundary of that area. You see This is Ora. This is happening to
Mazi, I got it. No need to overflow issues. I got it everywhere. Nalibo, Yemen and Kala and Yamuf cannot happen in our place. Then we will just inform our people. Then we thank you. Good night from here. Mazi Jonathan, thank you.
There were. We shouldn't be wellers, always crying, being reactive instead of proactive. If you continue hoping on governor, on police, on military to save you or to save us, know that they are the people helping the enemies. So we must save ourselves from this ugly situation we found ourselves. Caller on signal, please. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi. Good evening.
There, Mazi.
Ekelem Green there. To go straight to the point. Your teachings, your broadcast this evening is very nice. Because I want to go straight to our leader's appearance na court. Mazi, the way Nnamdi Kanu reacted is exactly how his lawyer supposed to react. I have called and pleaded so many times that the leadership should find a way to remove Aloy Ejimako.
Mazi, it's impossible. Let us understand something. It's impossible. It's impossible. Which other way you want it to be spoken? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, this is the person he wants. Now, what do you want? They are going to say, okay, right, and say, no, we don't want it. No, it's impossible. So let us understand this. It's impossible.
Yes.
They have tried every way. The leadership have tried. No way. So, that's it. That's it. Go on, please.
And now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself has realized that those lawyers are just content creators because they cannot do anything in the court. That is why he was speaking for himself. So,
which is not normal.
It's not normal. Our law Uche, can't she see what is happening from outside? Mazi, the thing, we are all concerned. Nnamdi Kanu is not just there for himself. He's there for all of us. So I'm saying that the leadership, even if Aloy Ejimako is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's personal counsel, we should engage professionals like Ozekome or the likes of them to go and stand on behalf of Biafra at PUB. So that is just one side, Mazi. The second and final point I want to say is, no matter their economic strangulation of the Southeasterners, no matter the way our people are jabbing, they might think that is an advantage to them. They can never, ever take over our land. Instead, most of our people that are traveling abroad will turn out to be an advantage because, just like you said, we are like locusts. We are all going to stand behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure that the freedom is restored. On this note, I'm calling every lover of freedom, all Biafrans, let us support ESN to wage war against these marauders. Mazi Ndewo.
Mazi. Thank you very much. We continue saying this, even Mazi Chinasa, whenever he is on the same thing. The leadership should do this, you cannot impose anything on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as he's a lawyer. He said, this is a person these people, we are Ozekome, Sam, and Jofo, were they not there before? What happened? He's a person that said no. These people, no. For any reason. And if it is you, how will you feel? Do you think that even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, okay, Ozekome, come back, do you think that he's a small boy? He will just run the follow? No. He said never, he can never. He can no longer. He will no longer be there as his lawyer. Never. He vowed. So we are saying it people now matter the situation, how things are. Okay, let the leadership do. It's not through magic. We are saying something that is practical. You understand? Even if you carry $1 billion, give Ozekome, give it, so come, no more. No. Ozekome said, no, I will no longer talk about this man. Oh, I'm on A is what happened. You understand? For the reason best known to Onyendu. So people should stop this the leadership, because of that here we blame when the buy and like blame onya gacho no yawamere. That is why it is necessary sometimes to speak it out, even if it is heavy. Speak it out so that tomorrow kade amama tomorrow makone chapgoro buchi. Even if you carry wani lenyo Ozekome say be a representative, you push it you. You know that? That one. I don't know how to say this. Ozekome, MNA invite on a CNN to interview him about Mazi Nnamdi, or say, I will never talk about this man again in my life. I will continue my career. I'll continue my life. Because of the Konyaka, mana Arab, that is etere union. I tell you, if it is you, how will you feel? Is he a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, for goodness sake? Before he involved in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let me tell you, before Ozekome agreed to engage in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, because Barrister Ejiofor pleaded with him. He said, give me time, wait. You know what he did? This is, many of you don't know. He went back, he said, let me go and check whether is there any way I've spoken against Biafra? Is there any way I've spoken against the ideology, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He went through his files, through all he said, no, we have the same ideology. That is why he engaged, because he don't want to be a hypocrite. You understand? And that is why when he took the case, he took it with all his might. Anywhere he go, he went to America, he went to Australia, even things that does not concern his case with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he continued agitating. He continued the agitation there, talking to the world. The Kanu family repaid them with evil, with smear, with insult. But Ejiofor, Barrister Ejiofor, that was the first person to meet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to go and take risk. When he was blindfolded, when he was renditioned back to Nigeria, Ejiofor take courage now. If it is to die, okay, no problem. So if it is you, how will you feel? Let us stop. The leadership should do this. The leadership, as if I had magic. That one is gone. Any person now saying this and that, I don't see it. Please, I call another thing. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi Nnamdi. I'm calling from United States. I just want to say, I appreciate what you're doing. I know sometimes you get frustrated. You'll be asking, you sound like you want to abandon everything, but don't abandon it. The job that needs to be done is very huge. I tell them now here they make in our own generation. But
I know, of course. I know that. I know.
We have to do our own part so that people that will come after us will, so that the work will be easier. Because the gravity of it hanging on into will be very, very serious. This thing you say about our people not being interested, he's everywhere. Yeah, I'm a physician, but in Biafra among my family, again, Hana Hunko, I just did it to our people. See, I know somebody being now this is America. They made a lawyer kidnapped in Nigeria. We are not 12 million Kogini. I was Nigerian and were implicated in the whole kidnap. But never did I hear him say, okay, they can see support for IPOB or ESN. They were just happy that day because how are here? They could contribute money. They have enough people to contribute money and secure the release of their brother. That's it.
Mazi, what of you never think that is the evil character of our people. You never think, what about if I don't have the money? What about if the thing happen to people that that don't have the capacity I have? That's evil selfishness, caring for only me, myself. Once I'm okay, no problem. That is Bakomi life. We are accusing Hausas that they were Bakomi, but little did we know that all would the most foolish Bakomi people on earth. I'm telling you. Mazi, please go on. It's annoying.
Mazi is going to take this is our generation. Because this mindset you're talking about is something that is something I'm mad from Umaka. So it's something that should be part of the religion, part of the ethos of the people. It's not something people learn as adults. We've been groomed to be very individualistic. Nuclear family, one man, one wife. So that's how all of us think. So either collective sacrifice or legacy, it doesn't mean much to us. That's so. I don't know if it's. I'm not sure we can undo this in one generation, because this thing is like taking away the brain of the average person. You understand? Yeah, it's yeah. So let me, before I leave, let me tell you something. I got a church one day. One father Cameroon, all the year ago on Sunday. So he started talking in front of doctor. I make you see that we fight Boko Haram. We not with weapons. Not all those in Kagiji fight Boko Haram. Yeah.
Mazi, that is Mazi. Learn the mindset. I'm queen of queer now. People say na religion I wouldn't subway. That's the thing. Mazi, that's so good.
No, religion, so big word, very big word. Also, also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We must continue. It doesn't matter what happens. We must continue. We remain strong. IPOB remains indestructible. I'm telling you honestly. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Mazi, go on, please.
Mazi Jonathan.
Mazi.
What happened yesterday in Abuja, in fact, is a kind of telling us that God is in our side, because nobody could believe that our leader is a man that is very bold than lion, and he have proven himself. He told us that he can never disappoint us, that nothing will make him to disappoint us. But most of us are still doubting. But I believe what happened yesterday will make some people that they doubt us and they determine us believe that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never be compromised. Let me come to my own side. We fully support our leader. As long as this agitation is concerned, we are all freedom fighters. Our leader is in the war front, which he promised us that he will be in the front. And now we have seen it. I want to use this media to tell our people to support our ESM and leadership, because we fully support our leader. We are ready for anything as long as our leader is not compromised. Mazi, I'm ready. Now let me not talk about the other people. I'm ready even to do whatever that will come, as long as this struggle is concerned. We are not going back, and we must continue. Let's support our HOD, our ESM, because the battle in front is very, very dangerous. And the time is now. But our people, sometimes they behave. They use ignorance. I may call it mago-mago. But he cannot save them. Because when the rain will fall, it will fall for everybody. But we IPOB, under the leadership, we have already signed our death warrant. Whether they like it or not, Biafra must come. Mazi, good night. We will stand by. We are not going back.
Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me?
Mazi Jonathan, Dewo. Ehihema ebe anọ onye nwanyị gbagume ohe Biafra This is Emeka Nsukka from Bukalamanga. Nsukka is Biafra land. Nsukka people dey jenu amam na unu na-anụ ihe ekwe na-ada. Ndị Nsukka unu mụrụ n'anya, unu mara ka anyị si wee biri n'ala anyị, na anyị bi ndị iro, anyị biketere ndị iro, anyị biketere ndị achọghị anyị ndụ. Unu gbado n'anya, onwe trela na-abata n'ala Biafra na Nsukka, unu amaghị ka ha si abata na unu ebidobe ha, unu etiwe mkpu. Enwere akara a na-akpọ ịkpọ akara ahụ, ha ga-abịa wee mee ihe kwesịrị na ha ga-eme. Unu nyere onwe n'aka, unu echere ka ndị Fulani bịa egbusisi unu n'ala unu. We will never take that anymore, because Biafra land belongs to Biafrans. Look at how Ebonyi state governor is giving our money to Fulani in our land. What I never dreamed for one day, that one day in Igbo land we will be giving Muslim money to go to Mecca. For what? For what this governor Ebonyi state is better we bring Ebonyi back to Enugu. Because since they create Ebonyi state, our people are dying there. Our people are dying because they create Ebonyi as a state. Since then, Ebonyi people are suffering. We have to bring them back to Enugu. We take Ebonyi people as our son. I am closer to Ebonyi than a person from Anambra. I take Ebonyi people like my brothers and sisters, more than before I talk of Anambra, Abia, and Imo, and the rest. Ebonyi people are the closest to us in Enugu. If you will dissolve that Ebonyi government and take everything, because I think you even have common sense than that man that called himself governor of Ebonyi, where Fulani have used with the last governor, Dave Omai. Look at how they are turning Ebonyi to. We have to take that Ebonyi back, because I don't see reason why we will create all this state in Igbo land. They will be using that state to kill us. We all one family. We don't need to if you want to go to where your vice president can stay in Ebonyi, you stay in Enugu, you big train, everybody will be feeling happy running here and there. Than keep somebody we don't know where he come from. Which name is that? This is Fulani, those that were Fulani pregnanted 40-something years ago after the war. They plenty in our land, causing havoc, killing our people, no security. If you want to go to Europe, you will use your passport and travel. But Fulani is coming to Biafra land, no document, nothing. Roaming all over Biafra land without control. But if you are going to US, you will have your passport with visa there. Then if you reach there, they will still control you. As a governor, they don't know you exist. You must pass what others pass. Our land just empty. You say you are a human being. You cannot support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because you know what is going on in our land and stand firm, and you can never defend him because you want one Nigeria to be posing as a governor. We don't need any governor in Ebonyi again. Bring it them back to Enugu. Let them get sense there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Call on signal. Please go on.
Okay, I can hear you, Mazi. Mazi, like our leader rightly said, it's our right to agitate for our freedom.
Of course.
We are not begging anybody for this. It's our right, inalienable right of every human being. The right to freedom is natural law. It depends on how when you don't want to enforce your own, remain a slave, that you choose as a Nigerian to remain a slave shouldn't be a problem to me. But for me as a person, as a Biafra, we have given freedom, and freedom we must get. This is who we are, this is what we stand for. Our leader have stood in the gap for us. Even in the midst of the enemy, he is still letting them know that they have been met his standard. Because our leader, we operate in higher frequency. This is why it is very difficult to comprehend what we do as a people. Because the average Nigerian, the understanding they have on issues, if you begin to compare, if you are somebody who is analytical, if you begin to compare, you understand that our frequency is, we are just like foreign people living in a strange environment, or occupying an environment with strange characters. We are not the same with Nigerians. Understand? Nigerians is just not the geographical space, but it's also the ideology embedded in most of them, the understanding they have. Most especially our people in the Igbo, because ever gone with them. When you see our people doing some of these things we do in our land, you feel they are doing it for the interest of the land. Rather, they are putting their people in more perpetuity slavery. Look at, it's not, nobody is disputing that we should not come and bring situational report. It's fine, it's encouraged, I encourage it. But some of these reports are indictment. It's a shame, like our leader told Binta Yako in her court. It's a shame to some of us in our land that
Fulanis will just occupy a space and from there operate in our city anywhere we like. We can't even control them. They are the one even controlling us in our land. Any little thing they will fight themselves. At the end of the day, they will turn the fight to the people around, and everybody got about to say up and the Fulani, up and the Fulani. Before you know, I see with police and Kanka. But growing up as a child, I know that communal defense is our natural right, it's our natural process. All you is I now as an honor to even defend our community. This is why when men were in the village, working on Charubuti, and they didn't want culture and values. All these things we are not there. All these things we are not there. There is no how you can stay in a Fulani Gabatan over there. We welcome people, we allow them to live among us, even happily, even sometimes comfortable or not. But we don't allow them to kill us because we are not killers, we don't kill. This is the only thing you will do to us that will affect us, that will make us to fight you to the end. But today, we are now people now caring because of religion. Religion contributes 99.9% of our downfall. We are down, Mazi. We are down, Mazi, because Taishri is known as the people. If not that, there is somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB as an institution who is bringing us up bit by bit, even though the struggle is so tedious, but IPOB have chosen to pay the price, and this is why we must continue in what we are doing. Our people are down. Because there is no atom of without financial benefit. It must be financial transaction. What can we do to get money? As far as that thing is not paying money, not interested. But from other race, they sacrifice themselves without people knowing that will help their people to be protected. All these Fulani, they are ravaging, conquering, they are doing all these things now, so that at the end of the day, just like what you said, they are not interested in development. They are only interested in let's get the land first. It's a sacrifice. The upman that they give them as a law, they are following it, passing it to their grandchildren. But we, immediately after the war, everybody in Russia, even the killing, the rape, and everything, nobody was able to point to everybody needs contact. This is why we have people like me, or just Okalo them. They are giving us a Southeast Developmental Committee. They are using all just Okalo to make the chairperson. Can you imagine that kind of development? You are bringing the development to your people, when you make the chairman, all just Okalo. What is the history of all this Okalo in Igbo politics? The record is open. Abia State, Aba. So, Mazi, I'm on a very great journey and we must continue anywhere because there's no path to go. Our leader is there, resolute. And we are inside there, we are double resolute. We assure him. There
were. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? I think you'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp, please go.
Mazi, good evening, sir.
There were. What we also?
Yeah. I remember now, but Mazi, please, I will be brief, sincerely, but I will want an answer from you too, or maybe any other person can call in and give me an answer. You know, prior to this introduction of foreign politics in our land, have a very vital role with respect and integrity.
Mazi, your voice cut off just 2 seconds.
Oh, sorry, sir.
No.
Okay, what I'm saying is that prior to the introduction of foreign politics or democracy per se, our traditional leaders down here imposes, as in they were being respected when they speak. Even the politicians from European areas bow down for them and they respect them. And that was one of the objectives that I found out that made them to go back and reinforce and find a way to introduce warrant chiefs to start bringing their powers down, submitting them down. So why I'm asking this is this. You know, one of our brother called in and he was saying something that we are now so tired. Now we are not blaming ourselves or our brothers who have never waken up. Yes, it's good. But I also want to say something. If the emir or imams, have this power to control their people, the Northerners, whatever they say, they listen to them. Why is it that down here in the southeast or the old eastern area, that our traditional leaders does not have power again to tell Wike shut up, or to tell Amechi shut up, or to tell Ojos Okalo shut up? And because of this, if you look at it, somebody like me as a youth, if I want to come out to speak on behalf of the other youth, I'll be scared that when I say so, army will come, they will arrest me before my traditional leaders. And they will even give them warranty to kill me or do anything they want to do, even when I'm trying to defend it. So all I'm asking is that, can it be possible for us to come down home and find a way to talk to these our traditional leaders? If they are scared, we can encourage them. Though when you call people and say contribute for ESN, they don't want to do that. I know it's a challenge, but we'll give them a full support and let them come back, regain their power again, and these things will be easy. You see us speaking bold before the public, and they won't do us anything. But if anything happens in Igbo land, you see them arresting us, killing us, and they won't do anything. They will even encourage them to call us terrorists. So that's why I'm asking, is there any way we can go about this? Because I know we all are feeling it hot. Thank you so much.
Let me just answer to your question and proceed towards concluding the program. The only way is what we are doing. When we tell our people that we are conquered, colonization comes from conquest. When you conquer a people, you can colonize them. That is what the Europeans did to us. They weakened us first of all through transatlantic slavery. Transatlantic slavery started from even 15th century, 14 something, 15th century. For more than 400 years, they were taking our able-bodied men and women from Africa, and mostly from Biafra land, because 33% or more of the whole slaves that were taken from Africa, they are Biafrans. It's a historical fact. So, do you know what it means? Taking more than 20 or 30% of the population of the people, able-bodied men and women. Do you know what it means? You weaken the people. We were weakened. After weakening us, they know, the Europeans knew that now we are weakened. They divided us, shared Africa for themselves in Berlin Conference. And now they came down in order to take their booty. They came down. There were resistances. There were resistance everywhere. Our people fought them for 31 good years. Ndibo. It is the main thing, or one of the main things, that made Britain to hate us. Karobi resist to almighty British Empire for 31 years. We inflicted our Ekumeku warriors inflicted the heavy casualties on them for 31 years. Do you know what it means? The Fulani Caliphate you are seeing, they are nothing. It took Frederick Lugard just few days to decimate them, and they did the smart thing they did. Very smart. They organized their emirs and came down. The remaining emirs, they came down and bowed, did obeisance. They bowed to Frederick Lugard. They said, please leave us. We are now your vassal. Listen, the caliphate you are seeing today, that is why Britain fell in love with them. They bow down and recognize that, yes, you are now our king. We are your vessels. We are your servants, your slaves. We are the kings of this caliphate, Sokoto Caliphate. Please spare us. We beg you. They acted proactively. They didn't go on to fight for your information because they know that they will wipe them off. So they struck a deal with Frederick Lugard and told him, look, we don't want you to destroy us. You are mighty, we are weak, we are nothing before you. Please don't kill us, don't destroy our kingdom. Leave us alone. Allow this structure that are in place. Let it be that we are your slaves. Don't touch this structure, but use us in order to command our population. We will be at your service. Don't come to our population. Don't bring your type of governance or education to them. Leave us with them. Anything you want them to do, just tell us, and we will command them. They will do it. Just leave the structure. And the talk was very good in the ear of Frederick Lugard. He said this thing is what we are looking in Sokoto. We saw it in Sokoto. Then what is the need? Say okay. They said deal. So they started ruling the Northern Emirates through indirect. That is what is called indirect rule. Because they didn't touch the structure of the caliphate because of their deal with them. The people came and lied down to them, say, please, we are ready to lick your ass, but don't come to destroy this structure that we are set in place. This Sokoto Caliphate that we are set in motion, please leave it. We will be your slaves, but we the kings, we can give you our children, you train them, but the population, leave them with us. Anything you want, if you want their heads of 1,000 people at a time, tell us, we will bring it for you. Only you pass through us. Don't destroy us, this structure. Do you see? That is the difference. And that is how they started ruling the North. That is why the Sokoto Caliphate was able to remain alive till today. Britain now they no longer try to invest on education to educating the people. No. That is what they called indirect rule. But in our own side, in Biafra land, they saw that we are a people, we don't have one monarchy system who gives order like in the caliphate. No. We are a people, the way we are being run, it surprised the British. Even they couldn't understand us. Are you hearing me? They couldn't understand our system. That is why I say, if Biafra comes, we are ready to go back to our system that will, bewilder the Europeans. Because when they came to our land, they saw everything was in place. Families, everything, we have order. We are being governed. But they couldn't understand how we are being governed. Because there is no person, no single individual like a monarchy that is giving command. So the thing surprised them. Even women participate in governance. We have in everything in Igbo land, we have groups. Group is decision is made by group of people. Not one single person. Do you see the difference? So they saw it, the British saw it that look, we are a people that will be very difficult to govern. Because we will not expect one white man to come and give order for all of us to adhere. No. We need to discuss everything. Everybody will bring his opinion. Adults will gather in villages and call girl and say, there is a thing we want to discuss or to take decision. People will gather. This is our natural culture. That is why we call ourselves Republicans. And that is who we are. It is in our DNA. But it didn't favor the British because they are imperialist colonizers. They need a figurehead they will put there by force, and it will be controlling others. That is why when they tried, that is the source of our resistance. Because these foreigners, they came to destroy our pattern of living. Do you see that? They came. When we say war, we could make warriors, they fought war. What do you think? They fought war for what? They were defending our way of life, our cultures and tradition, which we have been preaching for us to go back today. That is what the British destroyed, the Europeans destroyed, and introduced another order in our land, including religion. That this is now a way to go, the only way to afterlife. This is, they turned everything upside down. The whole people, the whole Umunna chiefs, elders that refuse, Indians and also that refuse to adhere, to abide by British laws, they killed all of them. And many of their heads today are in different British and European museums, in the Vaticans, in the palace of the palace of European kings and queens today, as I'm talking to you. When we say that we are colonized, we are what do you think? Okay, they brought sugar for us. That is why when I see people that open their mouth and say, no, these people brought us civilization, I look at them, I don't know, or they come one year, I can't understand. These people came, they destroyed our nomenclature, our way of life completely. They annihilated everything and brought another way of life to us. They instituted warrant chiefs, which we call chieftaincy title today. It is not our culture. This chieftaincy title with this red cap, which was brought by the British. Are you hearing me? It is not something original to us. This chieftaincy title that people are using money to buy today in Igbo land is something brought by the British, by the Europeans, something foreign to us. So that Britain, they will institute you as a saboteur. It's a sign of a saboteur. For your information, ignorance made us to be glorifying evil in our land because of ignorance. Chieftaincy title you are seeing today now on one chieftaincy. It is a mark, the mark of the British. It is a mark to show that this person is a saboteur. Is a sellout. So Britain armed these people, put them in our places, in different places as a point man, as their point man, who they give him wealth, give him soldiers to enforce laws and orders. Go and study what they call 1929 about women riot. It's not riot, it is a protest. Because of this, when you read the Bible, you see where they call that the Israelis, according to the Bible story, they hate the tax collectors. Because they call them criminals. Do you know why? Because these are the warrant chiefs, the people with chieftaincy title, the warrant chiefs of the Roman Empire against the Jews that time. These are the people that Rome will empower them in order to be collecting taxes from their own people. So people saw them as representatives of their colonialists, representatives of those that are killing them. That is what chieftaincy title means. But today, because of complete ignorance and awkwardness, people are boasting with a chieftaincy title. Sometimes I don't know how to explain again, honestly, because in the Bible, that's why I'm not in the Bible. The primitive. We are primitive. We are highly primitive. We celebrate, something that we should be abhorring. We celebrate it. That's why you see somebody who made prawn, they say our ancestors did evil. They did this. It is, these Europeans, Britain made us to now hate our saviors and love our killers. I now going here, our killers name. They came back, they killed the real people, they instituted criminals in our land as the controllers representing Britain. If you talk anything against them, they will invite the British soldier to come and kill you. This is exactly the same thing Nigerian government is doing today. It is a continuation of British colonialism in our land. People should understand this. So, those that are respected, those that are really representing the people, upright people in our land, we are annihilated. Most of them we are annihilated. Those that we are not annihilated, we are made to be nothing. They became nothing. No person listens to them again. Britain take power in our land and give empowered criminals, empowered the bad people in our land, and they became chiefs. Melai's yoku in our land. So, as Britain was going, they handed the power directly over to the caliphate because it's their friend. They made friends now because they saw that the caliphate, the Fulanese, are highly malleable. That is people you can bend at will, people you can give order and they carry it without even asking you question. It's unlike Igbo man, it's unlike a Biafran that he will tell do this and he will ask you why, give me the convince me to do that thing. Are you hearing me? So they saw us as people that are not malleable, that people that have mind of their own. But the Fulani, they don't have mind of their own till today. They call anything you take, as long as you, the promise is as long as you give them power in order to be maltreating others. So Britain took them as house niggers. These are people they can at least trust to give power. That is the reason why when they were even handing over the removing Union Jack, that is British flag, from Nigeria and bringing handing over Nigerian flag, green, white, green. Azikiwe and Awolowo were not there. They were not there. Britain did it only with Ahmad Bello. Finish. Do you see that? These are the people they trust, and they trust them till today. That is why what they did, they maneuvered Nigeria. They give audio population to the Fulani. That's why when I hear people say, stop blaming Britain, you don't understand what these people did to us. You don't understand it. And what are they? You don't understand it. They increase the population of the north. People that have no population, people that their land is Sahel, only desert and Sahel. That we are not. I say one of these days, maybe next time I will talk about it. They increase their population by audio. And you know why they are bringing Fulanis everywhere from around Africa? In order to make sure that, look, that the population, they say they are claiming that they are more, that they will, justify it. The other time, is it not they say Nigeria migration, they cut about 6,000 people holding Nigerian NIN from Niger Republic. I say it's laughable. They are talking of 6,000 people they cut. There are millions of them. The North is lower in population, for your information, because that part of the world is now, because of the money they are stealing, they are looting, they are doing everything from our land. Otherwise, the population, it is on the record that the East Biafra land has much more population than the rest of Nigeria, followed by Oduduwa land. But today they are dwindling us to be minority. Do you see? Dividing us. People that are Igbos are in Kanu now, they are trying to brainwash them into believing that now we are no more Igbo. We are Igbo, Kanu Igbo. Kaduna Igbo, we say we are Kaduna Igbo. they sever their affinity with us. Do you see where they are heading to? So that we will be pieces everywhere, and we will be minorities everywhere we are, even including our land. Don't you see how they removed, they divided the Igbo land, turned it equal against Igbo, say no, you are no longer Igbo. Your talk say you are not Igbo. They removed some Igbo communities and inserted them in part of the north, in Benue, in Kogi. Those people, no person talks to them, no person speaks about them. They are minority in Kogi, they are minorities in Benue. You see how to shy everywhere in order to kill us, so that we cannot be in a bunch. We can no longer be formidable as a people. So the only way to take back power is by destroying Nigeria. Finish. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there, to make sure that we destroy Nigeria, because there is no other way. You keep Nigeria going, from now till thy kingdom come, the Fulani way. Britain will continue supporting them. So we must make sure that we remove ourselves from Nigeria, and British hand will fail in our hand, in our land, because we will be in charge. Now we will try to be in charge of our destiny. The people will now have power. We will now have mouth to talk as a people. When a governor will come, or any person that will be in charge politically, we say no. We will have right to say no. We don't want this person, and that person will not be there. But under Nigeria, look at how Hope of them was imposed on us. We are killed like animals everywhere in order to impose for any person to be imposed on us by Nigeria. That is it. Wayful is there in a pony. When you talk, he said, no, bring him, kill him. Why did you say it's a Fulani that kill in a pony? He arrested Ibuayaka. If Biafra is restored, all these things will not happen, because we will be in charge. The people will be in charge. If you do something, people will come out everywhere and say no, and we don't want this. No, we don't want. How many are the politicians? They will run. They will live, they will serve the people. But in Nigeria, no politician in Igbo land is serving the people, because it is programmed to be so. That British colonization is continuing through the Nigerian states, exactly against us. It's turned against us. Do we have international airport? Do we have seaport? Do we have all these things? Ask yourself, why is it so? So this is the only way. The only way is the hard way. The only way for us to get back our power, to get back the power which will belong to the people, is what we are doing. So that we will go back and say, okay, we will start educating ourselves and say, no, this is what Britain did to us. We should go back to who we are. We should go back to our own system. We can, funnel our government to be run in our own natural way, the way we want it, the way we understand it, and the way things will be working. This is what we are talking, and that is the only way. So Biafra remains the only way to move out of this nonsense that we are suffering today. This suffering we are suffering today, this is a ceiling that they impose on us to be our limit. Biafra is the only way out. Without it, we are nowhere. So we have the right to agitate. We have the right to agitate for Biafra. That is what we should understand. No person should impose anything or start telling us or making us to feel guilty. We are not guilty. We are not doing anything bad. That is why when I see all these politicians, Igbo politicians, trying to say they beg Tinubu to leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are not doing us any good. You shouldn't beg. What are you begging? Anything that come out through begging, we reject it. We must fight to get what we want. That is it. That is why Biafra remains our last hope. Biafra remains our tradition, our ideology, everything we are. And we must continue until Biafra is restored. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu. From here, it is simply good evening.
just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from reasonable felony. Now, I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from reasonable felony. Now,